What up? What up? Day 66. I'm live. Make this another quick one. Got to do some things. But uh today's conversation I actually talked about once before, but I don't think it was the lead. It wasn't in the title. And it was men flirting versus sexual harassment. Like the differences and well, not really the differences, but let me get into this video and y'all see exactly what I'm talking about. Before I do that, just let a couple people know I'm live real quick. All right. So let's get into this video. Oh, I'm bugging. I forgot I already had it pulled up.
One man's flirt, depending on how he looks and presents, is another man's sexual harassment.
Yes.
And we are not doing a good job as women being able to explain why it's sexual harassment versus being an attractive opportunity. Men are frustrated. Men are not understanding what is the difference and why am I a threat if I'm being kind to you. So because of your behavior, women, I am now going to pull back my finances and resources. I'm now going to reduce my presence. I'm going to reduce my intentions, my efforts, because I don't want what my intentions are in terms of creating connection with you to be misconstrued as sexual harassment because you don't like how I look. I'm not your type. One man's flirt depends.
All right. So I kind of talked about this before on a previous stream. Yeah. Should I do it like that? Rock like that? Yeah, that's cool. So I kind of talked about this before on a previous stream, and it is very difficult at this point. And I didn't blame all women for it. I think it's a combination of both. But one of the key things she said was women are struggling to differentiate the two, which is I don't understand because yeah, intuition, y'all always claim y'all got high intuition and stuff like that, but y'all not in tune when the guy is flirting with you. You in tune when he cheating on you. But that's the only time your intuition is high. It's never when he flirting with you properly, right? He's not harassing you. I'm just joking, but serious. I am serious at the same time. But anyways, so this is what it is. Men being creeps, some men being creeps and dangerous has caused women to be more reserved and accepting any type of flirtatious vibes or anything like that. But one of the biggest problems sometimes with women is that y'all follow each other too much. Like everything becomes a trend. That's what's going on now with a whole bunch of stuff. Like have your own mind. Don't follow the trend. It's like once that trend gets going, it's like y'all all jump on the bandwagon all the time, and that's kind of annoying. You know what I mean? So I would say, stop following the trend. Now the trend is like, yo, every guy's a creep to holler at me. I'm a good looking dude, I feel like, not bad looking. And if I holler at you, automatically I'm a creep. Like I can't get women, you know what I mean? And there's many other guys that look good too. I'm not saying I'm the best looking person, but I know I'm a good looking person. So if I'm hollering at you, how am I a creep automatically? You know what I mean? Like, how are we going to make connections? Now, you have the women that's complaining about men not chasing, which I made in another video, and I showed y'all a clip, if I'm not mistaken, of women complaining about that. But this is the reason why. On top of the video that I made about young men 18 to 25 haven't gotten any numbers or even been out on any dates or anything like that. And part of it is the approach, right? They scared to approach, partially because of things like this. You got women in the gym dressing crazy, filming it, and if a guy just glances, all of a sudden he's a creep. That's that trendy shit. You don't truly believe he a creep because he looking at you like, what is he supposed to do? Like, it's his eyes. Your booty is right there. with some small ass shorts on, that's what he's gonna do. He's gonna look. There's nothing wrong with that. But I say all that to say the trendy, oh, every guy's a creep thing, that gotta go. But like I said, a lot of it was on men, because men who did sexually harass women, for one, that is very accurate. That happened, and it happened a lot. And then men who were a danger to a lot of women, that also happened. But we all know that for the right man, all of this shit go out the window. I mean, if a woman, likes a man, or if she know other women like a man, it doesn't matter what he say or what he do. The best thing that points that out is Ted Bundy. Ted Bundy, right? This dude, everybody know what he was doing. I can't say everything because YouTube banned stuff. But when he was in jail, he was still getting visits from women. He was getting fan mail and all of that from women. Why? That's crazy. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, ladies, as I said before, if y'all want men to approach, then you're going to have to do a little bit more. One, you're going to have to stop calling guys creeps all the time for every little approach. Two, you might have to give a little bit more eye contact and smile, so guys can know. It's some people that be walking around and they'll see somebody they like, want them to talk to them, and won't give them no eye contact, will look away every single time. Why? That's not helping your situation. Or if you really want to solve it, this suggestion I'm about to say, which I said before in other videos, I don't know which one, so you have to go back and watch all of them. But this suggestion, this is something that y'all not going to want to do, which is y'all going to have to start making the approach. But y'all don't want to do that. So if y'all don't want to do that, but y'all still want to meet some men, right? You're going to have to be more open to when guys are talking to you, especially if they're coming at you disrespectful. I understand, but that's not the case all the time. You know what I mean? I could, for instance, if I'm in the gym, I use the gym because I'm in the gym a lot. So if I'm in the gym, and I know this happens to women a lot, where there's a guy in the gym and he probably into you, and he's trying to position himself to be able to talk to you. So maybe he might work out where you're working out, and not that he didn't need to do that workout. Like, he probably still needs to do that workout, but maybe he's like, yo, maybe I could get a little closer to her, something like that. He doesn't know what to do. He doesn't know exactly how to approach. And he doesn't have to be a creep. He's just trying to figure out what's the best way to talk to you. How can we, and y'all would know this. Sometimes y'all would know that the guy is, y'all would think that the guy is attractive too, but wouldn't give him no indication. At this point, if you got on headsets and you see a guy that's attractive and you kind of think, man, I kind of wish he would talk to me, your headsets need to be off. You don't need to keep your headsets on anymore, because it's already hard to come up to you. Now I got to come up to you, stop you from listening, because you're not going to hear the first thing I say. So now you got to take this, and now it just messes up the whole flow. Take your headsets off if you see that guy. But sometimes a dude will come up, he approach you. He won't approach you disrespectful, but automatically he's not a creep because he might have been in two different spots that you was at. And maybe he wasn't following you. He just had to do stuff, but he also was interested at the same time. And now all of a sudden he's a creep because, he happened to be in two different areas that you was at, as if it can't be coincidence, because it happens all the time. So it happens to me where sometimes women are in my spots and they doing it on purpose. You know what I mean? But they still wouldn't look or anything like that. Or I catch them glancing like through the mirror on a slick or whatever, but they wouldn't approach. All right, cool. You don't have to approach. But if you want me to approach you, give me something. Let me know it's okay. The more women are interactive in the situation, now we can start weeding out the creeps versus the genuine guys. But it's going to take both men and women. It's going to take women to also say, okay, even if I'm not going to talk to them first, collectively as a group of all of y'all need to be more engaged and more open to men that you do feel is, semi-attractive. And it don't have to be the man that's just like gorgeous to you, because more than likely you not even on his level anyways. Let's keep it a buck, right? So you gotta remember to be in your tier. So the guy who's like a 5.5, 6, and that's your tier, then be open to that shit. You know what I mean? Be able to give a little eye contact or whatever. You know what I mean? If you could tell, if you feel a vibe that he's into you. Everybody's not a creep. Come on now. Like, that's ridiculous that everybody's a creep. Because I tell you what, that same guy is a 5.5, and you a 5.5, but you think you a 7. But if he talking to a girl that's a 9, all of a sudden now you into him. You know what I mean? Now he's oh my God, look at him. He's this and that. Because why? Because some other woman who's better looking than you, that you know is better looking than you, is talking to him. Whether they just talking friendly talk or he's really trying to holler and she's giving him play, you don't know. So you just want to be now in his presence because who he's talking to. This works all the time. But anyways, at the end of the day, start being more engaged. It's going to take time, but collectively, y'all need to spread this message. If your homegirl is in the gym, y'all in the gym together. I use the gym because it's the easiest place to meet people, really, technically. But or the grocery store, the club, whatever. Let her know, like, hey, girl, like, look at him, smile at him, flirt. Start holding each other accountable. Don't just think every guy's supposed to come up to you, especially if you thinking, oh my God, look how good looking he is. You're probably not on his level, more than likely, right? You're probably not on his level. So you need to be more open. You need to open yourself up for him to come talk to you. Let's just keep it real. So everybody's not a creep. Y'all got to chill with this. I'm going to play the rest of this video. Or I'm going to play it one more time.
Depending on how he looks and presents, is another man's sexual harassment.
Yes.
And we are not doing a good job as women being able to explain why it's sexual harassment versus being an attractive opportunity. Men are frustrated. Men are not understanding what is the difference and why am I a threat if I'm being kind to you. So because of your behavior, women, I am now going to
see if I'm being kind to you. If I'm being kind to you, how is it now it's sexual harassment or this or that because you don't think I look good enough for you? It's not sexual harassment. I just don't know that you're not into me. I won't know until I holler at you. But the same way you want men to holler at you, it has to be open to everybody. Now, granted, like I said, a lot of men fuck the game up. I give you that. Also, I do know that it could be aggravating at times if you're constantly being hollered at, right? I understand that. But that's why I say my solution is if you give more indication that you want somebody to come talk to you by looking at them, smiling at them more often, and or just you going to talk to them, you saying something, you'll get less of the unwanted people coming to talk to you because it would start to be universally known that, okay, if this woman wants me, she's going to at least look at me. She's going to give me some type of indication. So it won't be as many, approaches from men who you're not into because they know, oh, she not into me. She not even looking in my direction. You know what I mean? So she not smiling at me or anything. And I know a lot of y'all be walking around like, oh, I don't even be paying attention. That's the problem in itself right there. If you're a woman, you always need to be alert of what's going on around you. I've never understood that. And I've talked to many women who I talk to and they be like, oh yeah, I ain't noticed you. And they into me and everything. You know what I'm saying? But they was like, oh yeah, I wasn't even paying attention. Blah, blah, blah. Why? Why are you not paying attention? I'm a man and I pay attention to everything that's around me. So as a woman, you should be paying twice as much attention as I'm paying to what's going on around you. You know what I'm saying? But either way, if you start looking, you start flirting a little bit more, then you'll get less unwanted attention. And it's crazy this amount of women who, I remember there's so many stories I could go on, but I just remember this one girl because she was fine and she was at the bar. She was sitting on the other side of the bar, and sat and was sitting there, and she glanced over at me a couple times, but never like an indication an indication of come talk to me. But I know how women are, and she glanced enough times. So when she was walking out, her peoples, because she was like with a group of people, I happened to go out to the car, and she had left like 5 minutes before I went to the car, but she was still standing out there with people. So then when I walked by, I see her looking again. She glanced, so I said something slick, as in, something to get her giggling. And then I talked to her. We talked on the phone, all of that. And when we talked on the phone, she was like, "Yeah, she admitted how much she was looking at me at the bar. Like she just kept looking at me and stuff like that." And I'm like, "Well, why didn't you say anything?" "Oh, I don't approach men, blah, 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 blah." "Okay, cool. Why didn't you at least let me know with eye contact, like that it's okay for you to come talk to me?" Look, smile. She's like, "Oh, I don't know. That's that dumb shit right there. Like you're beaten to a man." And she also told me that same night that 2 other men approached her. I said, "How did you handle that?" She was just like, "Yeah, I just brushed them off because I didn't want you to think I was with them. You didn't want me to think you was with them, yet you didn't even want to give me indication to let me know to come talk to you." And then eventually left. It just so happened that I had to go to the car 5 minutes later and you still was out there. See what I'm saying? It makes no sense. But I bet you too, in her mind, those other 2 guys could have been creepy. Like, "Oh, get away from me." All they was doing was just trying to talk to you. They had just as much notification as I did. You know what I'm saying? Because you didn't let me know the same way you ain't let them know. They just thought they had a chance, and they really didn't. On that note, I'm out. Do better, ladies. Fellas, stop being creeps. Peace.